Well, we're back. Uh, don't know what happened there. The iPad just shut down itself. Sorry about that. If you're still there, let's continue. We were talking about. I was just rounding up on the point about curiosity, and I was saying Eric Hoffer said, in the future, the learners will inherit the earth, while the learned will find themselves beautifully equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. And if you doubt that, go and ask IBM. When they refuse to change, where are they today in the computing world? Your curiosity will put you in the driving seat of your life, of your purpose, of discovering the reason for your being. Number two, you must examine your motives. These are some of the flag points. These are some of the illuminating things that will help you to continue to not settle for less. You must examine your motive. Because if your motives are pure and honest, you will experience forward momentum. But if your motives are wrong, your purpose will remain locked up. Your reason, your desire will be consumed by the fire of your wrong motive. So check your motives. Always check your motive. If you are a performance driven person that is in need of external validation in order for you to feel confident in yourself, then you're not going to go far. Because not everybody will tell you that you're doing well. Not everybody, even when you are doing well, not everybody will give you that correct feedback. If you are driven, if you are always looking for people to validate you, if your purpose, your motive for doing what you're doing is so that somebody can tap you on the shoulder and say, well done. If your purpose, your motive is, if it's not right, it means you're trying to derive your self-worth. You are trying to validate yourself. You are trying to get your the real you, your identity, from what others think about you and how others feel about you. Maybe you are just a wannabe famous person who has been overexposed, and yet you are underdeveloped. Work on your purpose. Why am I doing this? Why? What is the purpose for this thing that I'm doing? Am I doing it so that somebody can say, wow, you should have seen that person? Or am I doing it because that is my purpose in life? That is the essence of who I am. That is my contribution to the world. That is the value that I bring to the table. That is the advantage that I want to give to fellow human beings. Because, like we said last week, if you are gifted in something and you are committed to doing it with excellence, you will do it to a point where people will start begging you to do it so that they can pay you. But if your motive from the onset is, this is going to make me millions and millions of money, you are chasing after money rather than adding value to people. And it won't take long before people will discover that you are just a con. But when you bring value to the table, when you bring purpose to people, when you add greatness to others, the law of nature will force them to add value to you in terms of means. Permanent, real, and true validation can only come from within you. Can only come from the inside of you. You have to know in your knower that you are doing what you are supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, where you're supposed to do it, for and with the people that you're supposed to do it. When you are in that zone, your confidence level will just shoot through the sky. Your ability to deliver will be multiplied. You will be unshakable. You'll be unaffected by the faces of the audience, if that's the case. You will not be moved by circumstances or situations around you. You will not be reacting to threats that what if people don't like it. No. Your authentic confidence will lead to your authentic motives. And your authentic motives will create authentic connections. And your authentic connections will give you the result that no money can buy. But you must check your motive. You must check your motive. What is the reason why you are doing what you're doing? Why are you saying what you're saying? Why are you where you are? Who are you trying to impress? But you must start with you. Be committed to pay the price to develop and grow that skill and develop that potential and add strength to that calling that you have, so that it will, when it comes out, it will come out with the spirit of excellence. It will come out with the motive to give rather than to take. It will come out with the motive to be kind rather than to be cruel. It will come out with a motive of care for others rather than take from them. Examine your motive. Examine your motive. When you are obsessed, when your obsession is with achieving a particular outcome rather than what value you bring to the table, you will be disconnected from your spirit. Because remember, this is coming from the inside of you. If you allow a wrong motive to drive what you're doing, your spirit part will disconnect from what you're doing. Instead, consider living your life detached of wrong intention. Living a life that is driven by purpose. Living a life that is focused on, what can I do for this other person? How can I give this person the advantage? When you are that way driven, there is an inner peace. There is a joy on the inside. There is a level of excitement that comes up on the inside of you that is priceless. And it's not MasterCard. You will recognize your purpose. Even when it seems like nobody is paying attention, you will recognize your purpose. There will be an alignment between your head, your heart, and your spirit, and your hand, and your leg, and your voice, whatever way by which your gift is being transferred to others. There will be an alignment of everything because your purpose, your motive is right. Number 3, ignite your intuition. Please. This is especially for men. Don't underestimate the power of intuition. Intuition is knowing or sensing something without the use of rational processes. You just know in your knower, but logically you can't explain it. And that's why I say this is particularly for men. Women are so endowed with this intuition, and because men think logically, if it doesn't look blue in front of their eyes, they can't see it. If it's not cast in stone and hung on the wall, they can't appreciate it. But a woman will say, I just don't feel like. I just don't see it. I don't agree with that. But what do you mean don't agree? We've done this, we've done that, we've done... And she said, yeah, I appreciate all of that. But something on the inside just don't feel settled about it. It's called intuition. Call it a hunch. Some people say it's your sixth sense. Whatever you want, call it. It is simply you knowing you were meant to walk a certain path with a certain set of people for a specific purpose by being driven by a specific decision, even though you don't know. You don't know why, you don't know how, you can't explain it to anybody, but there is a voice on the inside that assures you, that is nudging you and pushing you and pulling you and leading you in a particular direction. Don't underestimate the power of your intuition. Because when you allow your life to be guided by your intuition, to be piloted by the inner voice that you can hear, you will fall into a state of uncomplicated joy. There is a joy that comes from the inside. Even when the result does not match the expectation, there is still this sense of joy because you know you have done this. You have taken this action. You have followed this decision. You have carried yourself thus far by the power of your inner voice. Adding value to this world will cost you nothing, but it will earn you everything. So you need to listen to, you need to follow your instinct. You need to pay attention to what your inner voice is saying in order for you to become purpose-driven. When you live with purpose, when you live on purpose, when your life is purpose-driven, you become more intentional about what you are doing than logical. That is why some leaders are, their followers say, I don't understand this person. Because most of the time, they are led not by the facts. They are led not by the logic. They are led by their intuition. They say, that's my gut's feeling. Because in life, there will be times when you come to a situation, you come across a situation that you don't even have enough information to make a rational decision. You don't have enough quality information to make the logic decision. You must have that sixth sense that you just know in your knowing. Do you know most people marry their spouse not because not because she's the most beautiful lady you've seen, not because he's the most handsome man you have come across, but there is something on the inside that just tells you this is the person. Whether the world approves or disapproves of your following your intuition, you're the one that will have to live with the choice ultimately. And so, don't discount it. Don't discount it. And finally, evaluate the core areas of your life. Evaluate the core areas of your life. What are those what are those core values? I remember the very first program I did, I think the first or the second, I think it was the first program on this program, was titled Discover Your Nuts. N-U-T and a small s. Discover your nuts, your non-negotiable, unalterable terms for life. What are those things that they are life in themselves as far as you are concerned? Especially if you find yourself trapped in a box called office doing a 9-to-5 job, when actually the core of your being is there on the field, is there on the street, is there in the marketplace, is there on the rostrum, is there doing the catwalk, is there doing the whatever it is. Don't get trapped. just for the sake of making enough money to pay the bills. No. Identify what are your core values. What are those things that are the pillars that uphold your life? Because on paper, you may have the job of your dream, but you are miserable. Because just going through you, and when you are in that position, you will just be going through the motions. Because you know, really, you don't want to be there. It's not about how much the job is paying you. It's about the fact that there is a depth on the inside of you that is bigger, that is greater, that is wider than whatever the size of your office and the title on your door plate is. And so you find yourself constantly, arriving at work late. When it's break time, you're the last to leave the office, you're the last to come back. When it's closing time, you are the first to leave the door. When there's a meeting, you are the one that's not paying attention. You're the one that's not contributing. You're the one that's there. Physically, you're there. But really, you're not there. It's because you are violating your core values. It's because you are grinding against your core values. You are contradicting your person, your purpose. Evaluate your core values. Because if not, it will stop you from living. If you can't give a good evaluation and a measure to your core values, it will stop you from living the life that you are meant to live. It will shut down your potentials. It will cripple your goals. It will take life. It will suck life out of your purpose. Sometimes, in order for you to pursue and follow your core values, you may have to. Remember at the beginning, we said one of the reasons a lot of people are not fulfilling their purpose, are not even discovering their purpose, is because they are afraid of change. They are afraid, what if that happens, then what will happen here? No, but when you allow your inner voice, your intuition to guide you, to lead you, it may be wrong, but ultimately you'll be glad you jumped the ship. The core areas of your life are personal to you, and therefore they are personal to your purpose. They are personal to your goals. They are personal to your life. Start by doing some soul searching. What are my core values? And like I said, we did a program about 2 years ago on this topic. Maybe you need to go and check it out on my YouTube channel. Discovering your non-negotiable, unalterable terms for life. Ask yourself personal questions about your life as you see it. Ask yourself, how am I doing as far as my core values are concerned? Am I excelling or am I lacking? Am I progressing or am I regressing? What are my core values and how am I doing in each of those areas? What am I good at? What are my special talents, my special skills, my special abilities? What do I want to do with my life? What external problem or situation can I identify that is just keeping me awake at night because I know I can solve it, if not for this other thing that is occupying my life? By seeking your truth within your core values for life, both inside and outside, it will help you live a purpose-driven life. It will help you live a purpose-driven life. So in conclusion, if you want to live a life of purpose, if you want to live a life of purpose, if you want to discover your why, if you want 2019 to count, if you want 2019 to be better and different from the past years, if you want this year to be the beginning of the best of the rest of your years, you have to discover your purpose. You have to start living your purpose by waking up every morning excited that this is a new day for me to fulfill my purpose. The moment your feet touches the ground, you can't wait to make a difference in somebody's life, to add value to something, to change the course of something, to let your potentials burst forth and bring newness to you and to things around you, to put a smile on somebody's face, identify a solution to an issue in life, bring solace. So that when you go back to bed at night, as soon as your head hits the pillow, there is a smile that's just spread across your face, because you know that you have been the most productive on that day by following, by pursuing, by not giving up on your purpose in life. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not here by accident. None of us are here by accident. There's a reason why we're here. There is a purpose for our being here. There is a potential that you and I are only equipped of all these almost 8 billion people on planet Earth. There is something about you and there is something about me that is unique, that is significant, that is different. And we need to find it. Because unless we find it, unless we bring it to bear, unless we bring it forward, this world will be bankrupt for it. This whole earth will live in shortage because of it. This whole essence, the human race, will miss out because you and I refuse to find our reason for being here, to pursue our purpose, to discover what is that unique thing about you, what is that unique thing about me, and how can we bring it to the table so that the world can be a better place. Go and find your purpose. Go and find your purpose. Go and discover the reason that God put you on this planet, rather than put you among the apes and the elephants and the mosquitoes and the earthworms. He chose of all places to put you and I on this planet called Earth. There's a reason for it. And we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to God, and we owe it to this earth that we find our purpose and we fulfill it. Because when we do that, when we bring that to the table, when we add that to life, when we spice life with those things, then the whole world will have no choice but to look you straight in the eye and look at me straight in my two korokoro eyes and say, surely these are better men and better women. And until we meet again next week, let's keep discovering our purpose. Let's keep adding values to this world. Let's keep making indelible mark on the planet so that the world will know that we passed through here. God bless you. Thank you for being part of today's program. If you have not shared it, please click the share button. And remember, we had the first part, and then there was the breakdown. The computer traveled to somewhere, and then we started the second part. So please share both parts so that people can have the fullness of the program tonight. Once again, thank you. I appreciate you. I honor your time. God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of the week. And we'll catch up again next week as we continue to find what is it that you and I can do What is it that you and I can become? What is it that you and I have to change to make 2019 count? I'll see you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.